Okay, so Dance Moms Season 9. Let's talk about what we know so far. So, I received a message from Teddy on Instagram yesterday, and essentially, Teddy asked me thoughts on Dance Moms Season 9 slash new show. There's an account called Dance Moms Spoilers X that talks about all the clues. I miss your Dance Moms YouTube videos. So I decided that let's check out this Dance Mom Spoilers X channel. We're going to go through some of the posts and I'm going to make some predictions and we're going to talk about what we know so far. I have reached out to a direct source that is involved with Dance Moms Season 9. Please don't speculate on who this source is because I do not want to get them in any trouble, and we'll see what kind of information that they may be able to provide us, if they're able to provide us with any spoilers that the public is allowed to know. Let's take a look here. I'm going to start with the most recent posts that they've made, and then we're going to just talk about the speculations and move backwards. So this one says, speculation, hashtag part 27 of Dance Moms Season 9 new show clues. De Moi posted this. If you don't know what De Moi is, it's an Instagram account that spills anonymous tea on celebrities, TV shows, and pop culture. This tea is seemingly about dance moms, and we find this very interesting. So they said, subject, doomed new show. Message, this loud reality star with a resident spot on the D-list is working on a new project, extremely similar to her controversial TV show that lasted for 8 seasons. Hint, hint, it's obviously Abby. Rumor has it that no network streaming service wants to pick it up despite having lots of filming completed because no one wants to be associated with this toxicity anymore. But let's chat. I feel like they are obviously talking about Abby. They could not be talking about anybody else. And I feel like they could definitely be 100% accurate. Abby has been hinting that they've been filming stuff. She's been hinting that there's a new show. And she's been hashtagging season 9 and things like that on social media. But it does sound highly likely that they would be shopping this to different networks because Lifetime dropped her. So if she was able to get the rights or create her own brand new show, then she would be able to shop it to different streaming platforms. But it seems very likely that most streaming platforms, if not all, would not want to be associated with Abby anymore because of literally the toxicity. And we're at a different point in time right now where people do not want to see that on screen. Even if they're like eating up the drama for reality television, they do not want to see this on screen. So let's take a look at the next post. So here we have a photo at the ALDC, and there are 7 dancers, which we all know that Abby likes to work with 7, 3 on each side, 1 star. So this post says hashtag part 26 of Dance Moms Season 9 new show clues. As the real Abby Lee already casted the Season 9 team, as always, leave your thoughts and predictions down below. There's been a bunch happening at ALDC Studio Pittsburgh, booty camp classes, Q&A sessions, and maybe auditions. When we saw group photos of ALDC dancers, we wondered if it meant anything. The first image is not the Season 9 team. I believe there's some senior dancers in that photo, and it was most likely just a picture taken during class. Okay, so let's see. There's more images, apparently. The second one, it looks like they have a filming crew in the original ALDC Pittsburgh studio. Personally was thinking, okay, 7 dancers, this looks like a new team. But we know that Abby likes to work with the mini and juniors. I think that's where her specialty lies. So I'm thinking maybe that these little minis are the new team. But Teddy and I were talking over Instagram, and he had the prediction that Dance Moms Season 9, or the show that they're shopping right now, could possibly be the filming of the audition process. And I think that there's a very good chance of that because I was thinking, okay, maybe the show is not actually a dance competition team. Teddy pointed out as well, onto something, that if they were going to competitions, we would probably know about it. They would be inviting people, they would have posted things about that, and we would have seen it so far. So if they are doing like the audition process and filming that and shopping that, that would make perfect sense. And it would also be more like the 2020s kind of style and format. Like if anybody watched XOMG Pop, that's how the entire series was. It was the audition process, and then after that audition process, now the girls have been just doing their own thing and working as pop stars. So let's take a look at the next post. They say part 25 of Dance Moms Season 9, Show Clues. At Hannah Grace Colin has made many TikToks about hashtag Season 9, but this one stuck out to us. As always, leave your thoughts and predictions down below. The TikTok is weird. Hannah opens up her laptop with Mackenzie's soul beside her and gets seemingly good news. Do you think Hannah made the Season 9 team, or was she picked as an assistant choreographer? Mackenzie says they're doing a new season, and Hannah looks genuinely happy. Who knows? This could be clickbait. Hannah also hashtagged Season 9 and be ready, so let's hope that this was for real. What I find interesting about this is that I definitely think that this is not clickbait, rather that it's trying to drum up a publicity storm. And I think that the more publicity that they can gain and the more attention that they can gain is what Abby is trying to show as relative proof that the show would be successful despite her being toxic. But that being said, let's take a look at the next post. Because if Hannah made the team, wouldn't she be a little old? This post says part 24 of Dance Moms Season 9, Show Clues. Hannah Grace Colin has been posting some suspicious TikToks recently. As always, leave your thoughts and predictions down below. The first slideshow shows Hannah dancing at ALDC Studio Pittsburgh. The TikTok was captioned, All the Moms, Season 9. So this next picture says, All the Moms. There's the caption from TikTok. And then it's almost comp season. Okay. Hannah, this is your last year competing as a senior. Interesting. Maybe she'll help choreograph or guest star, help train the dancers. We have a whole theory about Abby's new project that makes so much sense. Stay tuned for upcoming posts. Let's take a look at the next post. Because Hannah is about to be 18. So this would be her last year that she could possibly be on the competition team. That being said, we know that Abby doesn't generally choreograph or have a team with 18-year-olds. And Kalani was in the senior division, but she was not 18. So let's take a look. This post says, Dance Mom Season 9 New Show Clues. Gianna Martello posted a suspicious TikTok. As always, leave your thoughts and predictions down below. Hannah was featured in Gianna's TikTok. They did a POV video about being quiet on the set of Dance Moms. The TikTok was captioned, Maybe Hannah and I will talk in Season 9. This brings up a lot of questions. Will Hannah be a part of the team? Will Abby create a junior and senior team? How will Hannah be on Season 9, considering the fact that she'll be 18 in the next year? Here's my idea. I'm thinking, or at least this is my theory, that they might not be able to call this Dance Moms. The name might be copyrighted, but it is Season 9 of this show that Abby has been on. So we'll see what kind of show name that they come up with for this. But I don't think that Hannah would be working so closely with Gianna and Abby and at the ALDC if there wasn't something actually legitimately in the works. But my theory is that if Abby has been rejected by all of these streaming platforms because she's too toxic, that perhaps Abby will be a producer of the show and not be on the show. And if you pay attention to what Abby's been saying for years, she was saying that my goal was to be a producer and to work with like Lifetime and whatever and to produce all of these different shows and retire from being on screen. And perhaps with Gianna being the new Abby replacement and Gianna having a great public perception and not being somebody that has went to prison or anything like that, and Hannah taking over as the new Gia, being like the assistant choreographer, that would create a dynamic that is not so toxic. And Abby wouldn't be on screen. So I'm thinking streaming platforms would be a lot more likely to pick it up if that was the case. That being said, I do think that it's probably going to be the audition process, just like Teddy was predicting. That's what I'm thinking is correct, because we would be seeing competitions. And competition season would start like right now. It's September, so I feel like perhaps they will start off and they will kind of try and use Hannah as the vehicle to get their previous viewers interested again. And Hannah will probably be competing. This will be her last season as a senior on the team. And then moving forward, Hannah will stay with the ALDC and be a assistant choreographer. That's my hypothesis. But I think that in order for any show to come to light, that they still need a streaming platform to pick up this show. So in order for them to get that, that is why they are trying to drum up all of this publicity and making sure to involve Hannah in it and making sure to use new media sources like TikTok and collaborating with big TikTokers like Mackenzie's Soul. Or at least I think he is. I'm not really sure, but I've heard that name a million times, so I think so. So let's look at part 22. Part 22 of Dance Moms Season 9 New Show Clues. We have Abby and Cathy, and it says, a lot of you are curious. What could Abby's TikTok mean? As always, leave your thoughts and predictions down below. Abby and Cathy made a TikTok to a trending dance mom sound on TikTok. The TikTok was captioned, "You all are not ready for what we have in the works." There were a few suspicious hashtags. I'm thinking that perhaps that they will be producing the show together, and maybe if Abby can get picked up on a streaming platform, that they would be on the show together. But I'm thinking that because none of these streaming platforms want Abby's toxicity, that maybe they don't want to have Abby on screen at all. But I think that we're going to have to stay tuned and see what happens. I have reached out to a direct source that should be involved in whatever this show is. And I don't want to say who that direct source is, but I'm not sure at this particular point in time whether they have any spoilers that they can tell me. And if they do, I'm not positive if they would be able to be mentioned as to who they are. So I'm going to leave it at that. And you guys can let me know what your predictions are for season 9 or whatever this new show is going to be called. And thank you, Teddy, for reaching out on Instagram with this idea. And yeah, I guess that's it for today's video. So I'm Jordan Sparks. You can follow me on all of my social media platforms at Jordan J. Sparks. And as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.